Blue Period Volume 30 Review. A self-serving flip-flopper, Yatora. If I hadn't gone to the marks, I don't think I would have been motivated to engage with art again. Guilt. The assignment set by the cold and harshly critical Professor Inokai has driven Yatora further away from the stifling atmosphere of Towa into No Marks, a colony of artists led by the charismatic and accepting Kiryu Fuji, picture on the cover. After spending time in her company, Yatori is feeling a lot less confused and jaded. He knows exactly what he wants to create for his assignment. He returns, constructs his piece, and allows his fellow students, awaits, in quiet trepidation, the arrival of the professors to assess when he was done. When it's all over, Yatori returns to No Marks. He finds the building empty. The members are moving in. Fuji-san appears and tells him, when the new No Marks is ready, come and hang out whenever you want, because the door will probably always be open. And then she's driven away. We can only guess how Yatara feels. It's impossible not to think that he's had a crush on her, especially as she's helped him discover more about what he wants to do as an artist. Hanging out with his fellow students at Toa over summer break, Yatara, now 20, he swept up in a visit to Momochan's family home alongside Yakobo and Yutasoke, which turns out to be a temple. Momochan is his diminutive classmate with a pink place who is a massive fan of sumo wrestling, and so, it turns out, it's her father who runs the temple. There's a fire studio in the temple compound, and this is where the students can make big pieces of art, Yakobo's specialty. So it turns into a kind of a light-hearted working holiday until Yakobo draws the name Sanada into the conversation over beers. But with Yatoro curious, asks for more information, Yakobo's answer shocks him and us. What is a very special magic that Tsubasa Yamaguchi brings to Blue Period and makes it still so readable and engrossing, even after 13 volumes? Yatoro Yaguchi, first and foremost, has a boy-point character. His struggles to find his identity as an artist are still very relatable, even if you're not an artist student. His encounters with hostile and unhelpful lecturers, sympathetic fellow students, and all kinds of other influences during his undergraduate years at Toa are realistically and believably portrayed, especially when he doesn't get things right and loses his way. A steady-minded Andrew whose work in the creative arts will recognize that there's her unique and character graphic style, which encompasses everything from her delightful chibi versions with the lighter moments like the Yonkoma at the end, to the crucial scenes of high tension, especially Professor Inokai's assessment. It is hard not to feel as nervous as the waiting students as they turn the pages. It makes sense that the series about making an art should be playful and experimental with art techniques to convey its story in Yamaguchi has never held back, as well as still occasionally playing works by her friends and art students to represent the work of Yatora's contemporaries. We're now almost caught up with Japan. Volume 4 came in July, but won't be available in English until March. Disappointingly, this volume has no color pages. The Bakugo's color work is always streets, and there's a one extra comic at the end, the daily routine of the TAs. This takes the reader inside the world of the Toa teaching assistants, and the sometimes difficult path they have to trade between the students and the professors. Anjini Oloye is a translator again, and it always provides a very readable translation as well as useful interesting translation notes at the end. 9 out of 10.